Hi, this is Dawn, and I'm doing something a little bit different today. I've been invited to participate in the Close to My Heart Twisted Sister YouTube hop. And what that means is we're all linked together, we're all showing something. So at the end of my video, you're gonna go to the next video, and there's a list of all the participants in the info about the video. So be sure to check out the next one. So what we have to do is pick something from the new catalog, and the day the video is dropping is the day we launch our March 2021 catalog. And this fun stamp set is in there, and this definitely has an Easter vibe, right? This is the Daisy Meadows card making stamp set. I'm also using the Daisy Meadows paper, and oh my goodness, I love this paper. I hope the camera does it justice because it's absolutely beautiful. So this is one side of the papers. You've got the bunnies, the flowers, this nice little plaid, and then if you flip it over, you have these other prints on the other side. So you've got eggs on the back side of the bunnies, you've got this teal and this checkerboard. And I'm going to tell you, I started out using this gingham, and then when I went to flip it over to glue it and I saw it like this, I ended up switching to use this pattern. So let me show you what I created, and then afterwards we'll show you some tips on how to do it. So I created a 2-page layout, and I will insert a picture here. It's hard to see the whole thing with how close my camera is, so I'm just going to kind of just show you real quick. Hopefully that got the whole thing. And then this is the other side of the layout. I do retreats at a place called Rabbit Hill Ranch, and so I designed this layout as something that could be done for a retreat page. So instead of doing the Easter vibe, I kind of added some other elements on here, and these are from a die cut set, which I'll tell you more about later in the video. So I've got some scissors, a little ruler, and glue and tape, and so I just thought that was kind of fun little twist on how this stamp set is meant. And then I also show you a fun little technique featuring this. So with that, I'll switch over to the technique tutorials. Here's a little twist I did on the layout using this stamp right here from the Daisy Meadows card making stamp set. If you were to stamp this stamp normal, you'll get a frame like this. But I'm going to show you a little something different I did on my layout. So you're going to ink up your stamp, and then take your stamp chamois. You could probably use a wet paper towel or a baby wipe, but I've only used my stamp chamois to do this. And just wipe away some of the ink, and then stamp your frame. Now you've kind of got a little white area that you can write on. So I can write the dates for the retreat that this layout is made for. So March 25th to 28th, 2021. Many of the embellishments on my retreat page were made using the Crafting Shapes thin cuts. Now these are not brand new, but they are still available, and it's $29.95, and you get all of these die cuts. And so here's a little cheat sheet of what they look like all put together. Now there are a lot of tiny little pieces like here, and like the pencil, you even have the eraser and this little piece right here. So I'm going to show you my tips on how to work with them, because your nails get in the way or it's hard to pick up little tiny pieces. So I'm going to show you my trick. So I've got a couple of pieces that I glued on the larger pieces already, but I'm going to show you how to add the cap to the paint and the heart to the glue, which that was just my own little embellishment. I decided it needed a heart on it, and the heart is from inside this. Okay, so this is a Glad wrap. It's the press and seal, and so I'm just gonna press it down here and pick up that piece, and then put a little bit of glue on here. And then now I can hold it over my item, get it all lined up, press it down, and I just give it a nice press, and then gently lift off your press and seal, and mine, it's going to be fine. Sometimes I have to hold that, so you can let it sit for a minute before you do that. And the same thing with the heart. I'll just pick the heart up, put a little glue on there. The trickiest part is getting just a tiny bit of glue, but when you use the Tombow glue, if it does ooze out, it's one of the reasons I love Tombow for this particular project, is after it's dry, you can take your rub and remove eraser and go and get any excess glue that you might have on there. So that's my tip for working with those tiny pieces and creating those embellishments for the layout. I'm going to use our Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers to color this bunny. Now, I'm not a pro or expert with coloring, but I've picked up a few little tricks. So I picked this coral marker because it went with the paper better than doing like a typical pink. And I just did the bunny's ears and the cheeks. Next, I'm using the brown gray blend, and I'm going to start with the light end and color in the entire bunny. Notice when I get to the cheeks, I'm going to color right over the cheeks. And this made the cheek color kind of a little more muted, so it didn't pop so much. It made it more subtle. At this point, you can go back in and kind of use the medium marker to do a few dots on that darker spot there and do some outlines along the edges. Then you can go back to your light marker and color it in and blend it in. I hope you enjoyed the little twist I did to use the Daisy Meadows stamp set on my retreat layouts. Please like and subscribe to see more of my videos, and be sure to check out the description area on this video to see the next person on the hop. I'm sure there's lots of great ideas being shared today.